everyone. So today we've got Britney Spears part 3, and I'm probably going to go in on the sister. Sounds like I just want to catch everyone out, but no, we're going to do some I mentioned about the sister energy. Also, why is everything 10 days with me? I feel like someone's going to say this as soon as I say 10 days. So I've just picked up on someone's energy. Before they've even seen this, someone was going to respond that if I say about 10 days ago. Probably about 2 weeks ago when you see this, because I'll upload it and then as it processes stuff, it might be another day or two by the time it's scheduled. So, or it might just be the next day. So you might see this on a Monday evening or Tuesday evening. Basically, it's a day apart from now when I'm recording it. So if something comes up after that, it might mean that there's another part to follow on. In part 1 and part 2, I mentioned about I wanted to read on the sister energy. Jamie Lynn Spears, the mother is Lynn Spears, and the father is Jamie Spears. Now, I did do an interlude because I was very triggered. As an energy healer, but I'm a human, I can get triggered with any injustice and stupidity that is out there. And I see that no one's actually going crazy on social media. That since then, she's not posted anything apart from pictures in a polo sweater or a shorts and top, and she's just doing portrait videos and pictures. And no one's going crazy, and I just wonder why, you know. So I felt whenever I've not really ever focused on Jamie Lynn Spears, and although they say she's a singer and actress or whatever she is, I know that she wrote a book where she did note some stuff about Britney, and I think there was something about Britney Spears asking her to look after her sons or something, but she didn't feel it was the right time because she was pregnant and she was only 17 herself. And maybe rightly so. I mean, being pregnant at 17, it just says something, doesn't it? I mean, it's not an easy age to be pregnant. Well, that to me questions some things as well. And she was part of the Conservatives. She was getting money. What I see now is that the father has got ill, allegedly bacterial infection. Now that to me, you know, can be serious, and it doesn't have to be serious, but sometimes when you hear bacterial infection can be a cold or a flu, but it can also be something in your blood, so it can be very serious. And I haven't looked at the news, just through the grapevine, so I don't know how bad it is, or if that's all that was put out there. I don't even know how it got out there. And the latest is that he's living with Jamie Lynn Spears. He's moved in there, which I don't understand, because why is Lynn Spears not able to look after him? And I've got a question around that. Now, before this, on this latest event over the last couple of days, I think, so I predicted her father was going to start getting sick. And there's a bit more to come around that as well. Lynn Spears, the mother, actually, how this got out in the news again, I don't know. Probably her talking to someone, so it gets out in the news. But I didn't quite like it, that she's not liking that she has to go back to work as a substitute part-time teacher. So what does that mean? Maybe she's called in once a month, once every blue moon, and she's not liking it because apparently finances. It seems all a bit fishy when Britney Spears' book is due to be out soon, and then they're doing the release of the Crossroads. Now, in part 2, I think I mentioned I am a bit concerned on the re-release of the Crossroads and the book, because I might do a short on this actually. Michael Jackson, if you're interested, I might do a video, but it's going to be a bit short. Unless I feel that his energy comes through to me. I'm going to have to take some time out to see if I can connect to his energy. But I have something to say on Michael Jackson's case. So if you're interested, you can let me know. But yeah, with those things coming out, you tend to become a bit of a target. And what are we supposed to do? Cry for her? Well, it's the real world. A lot of us are really, really struggling right now. And if you had all those millions and you apparently are skint right now, what have you done with it? You know, it's a bit like Sam Asghari is apparently worth 3 million, but he's asking for money from Britney and she's paying for that. I don't know why she's paying for that apartment. It really is irritating. There must be something there that she's still paying for that apartment. I don't understand why she's still paying for that apartment in whatever building that is supposed to be famous that the elite go in and tend to live in. But like, you've got enough money. You've got enough money and you're still young and you're making money. So between Britney and Jamie Lynn Spears, the sister is actually 10 years. It's quite a big age gap. And what I did is I decided to just skip a little bit, forward a little bit, watching the interview she did about her book. I don't know which interview it was, but I would decide, and I think she was maybe coached on that, because obviously there was going to be difficult questions coming forward. So I do think she was probably coached on in that, but she's very tense in it, tense in her body. And there seems to be like a non-showing but anxious feeling inside of her of the next question. And her answers tend to contradict themselves and they don't make sense. Which tells me she knows that some of the things she has done, acted, decided, whatever it is that's been in her hands, or even in anyone's hands that she's actually protecting, like the father maybe, she's not necessarily agreed with. But she's not very relaxed. She's very tense in her sitting, of her demeanor. I can tell that very much. Could her sister, because Jamie Lynn tends to say that she couldn't support her sister at the time because of the conservative, but also because she was pregnant and stuff. So I want to ask here, could Jamie Lynn have supported Britney Spears a lot more, not right now, but in general, over the past years? Please, Spirit. Could Jamie Lynn Spears, the sister, have supported Britney a lot more than she says she could have? I know the answer to this, but let's see. Okay, so we've got 4 cards out. I'm going to get them. One's falling down the side of onto the side desk. Okay, so actually her energies come out. She's not exactly a male, masculine figure, but this card is associated with the Aries, and she's an Aries, but I also see her coming through as the younger version, part of the conservative, all latching onto the monies for their own stability and being sort of in hangman mode. So she was, in some essence, I need to be fair here, there was some essence, she wasn't necessarily freed to do what she wanted. I think some of this is also where she's felt like she's been tied from the conservative. She's not had her free will, but she's also, I feel like she's also felt she's had to lay on the low a little bit because of the father. and her communication can come across quite defensive, and that's because of who was involved in the conservatorship and what they were actually doing, latching onto the money, and she was just kind of going along with it. It doesn't say she had more reign to support Britney. I think there was fear, and there was challenging choices for her to make to try and do that. So it doesn't seem like it was as easy as maybe would like to think it was for her. Now, thinking of that, she would have been, or she, I mean, it went on for 15 years, so at some stage she was a bit older, but yeah, so we've got that. Now, if we look at, was she selfish in terms of, there was definitely, I think there was, you know, there was a betrayal. So I've not finished my question, so I need to think of the question properly before I ask. I'm going to put the cards back so that we make sure we have a full deck. Let's ask the first question. Did Jamie Lynn Spears betray Britney? Like, was she selfish in an essence, dear Spirit? Was Jamie Lynn Spears a bit selfish towards what she could have done for Britney? And did she betray Britney? Did she betray Britney? Spirit, did Jamie Lynn Spears betray Britney? I mentioned in part one, I think, I did mention that her sister just did what it was to stay on the low and get by on things. So I don't think it's been as easy for her to be able to stand up and take action. I think she has been bounded, and it's probably because, like I said, in her life she's just been in a sense where I'll hit the fame or what I need to gain money, but I won't rattle the feathers of like my father or whatever. For some reason, I think she sees through her mother. I think the mother is someone that could have taken more action as a mother towards Britney, you know, but I think the mother is kind of selfish, and I think that's why she's coming. I find it very interesting because I felt this, that the father would start getting sick and the mother's going to start playing on the heartstrings because she knows that she needs backup support as a certain time is coming to make sure that she's secure in terms of her finances. Now, the first question was Jamie Lynn Spears a bit selfish in terms of what she could have done for Britney? She found it quite a heavy burden, right? Not necessarily Britney, but everything that was going on. She found it a really heavy burden. I don't think she could deal with everything that was going on in her life. Probably this is nearer to the time of having her kids. There was something weird that happened with the younger girl, wasn't there? There was some kind of drowning, but a weird case drowning that happened with her. And I don't know if that's something to do, I don't know why I'm getting something to do with a dark energy. And I find that interesting because her energy is a bit weird. But yeah, she found it all and she just decided to move away, you know, to really just move away and try and focus on her own life and happiness, move away from sort of the energy of continuing to go after what you want and being passionate about it, but there's a selfishness and focus on her own sort of family life, her own family life, her own family, her own heart. That was actually, when I say heart, her husband, her children, that was giving her the happiness. So I think the answer to could she have done more? Yes, but she felt really quite overburdened here. Now, I asked, did she betray Britney? What did I say? Did she betray Britney? And I get a yes around that. And I get also the connection with her father that she felt she needed to keep working on and keep it sort of waiting until there's a chance to sort of, for the wheel to turn. If that's making sense, as much as I can say what I can say. Okay. Let's see, does Jamie Lynn get on with Lynn Spears? See what the cards tell us. In the interview, I remember at one point she kept making the point about being pregnant and that she was 17 as like a re-emphasized message that that's why she couldn't really get involved. And I think the cards, you know, showed that she was a bit overburdened, but I think she knows that maybe at the time she was overwhelmed with some stuff, but she could have done more. And I think she recognizes that, because in the interview I felt like she really, I'm going to put these back. But interesting, I see the Judgment and the Eight of Pentacles, because I want to make sure that I'm focused on the question, so that Spirit gives me clear answers, although I think I know the answer just from channeling energy. So does Jamie Lynn Spears get on with Lynn Spears, please, Spirit? Does Jamie Lynn Spears get on with Lynn Spears? Told to cut the deck. Seven of Swords. Does Jamie Lynn Spears get on with Lynn Spears, the mother? There's a card here that's flipped. So I've got here the Seven of Swords and Three of Wands, and the Five of Pentacles, the Ace of Cups, and the Ten of Pentacles. What I'm getting here is that by the way, please let me know in the videos if 45-minute long videos are too long on these readings, or do you like them to be around 25 minutes, 30 minutes, 20 minutes, or are they too long around 45 minutes, so I can know when to split the parts. I know you can stop it and watch it again, but just let me know your preference. So what I get here is that there is hidden tactics, and I feel like everyone's got hidden tactics where they wait for their ship to come in, they're waiting for their movement to go forward. I feel like she knows, she has love for her mother, okay? It is the family home. Obviously a lot of money that Britney's been able to financially free them from, but there is something here about her feeling a bit isolated and left out in the cold by the mother. And I wonder if the mother, without in front of Britney, so Britney thinks that they're all together, but I wonder if the mother actually says stuff to Jamie Lynn, showing that she not prefers Britney, but she's like, but your sister would have done this, but it's like hidden kind of way. And I think the hidden kind of way is to get on with each other, both in not only one of them. And it's so that they keep moving forward with just the success, and also in terms of the solid foundation of having the financial freedom. I think that's being their main goal. And the stability, because they're attaching onto the money. One more, Spirit. The father figure that comes out, that connects them. Also, this is Jamie Lynn's energy, air sign. But it's the father figure that's connecting all of this. But yeah, there's an essence that she does feel a bit left out in the cold, or maybe she did when she was younger. Maybe when Britney was famous and the mother was the manager at one stage, maybe at that time, Jamie Lynn really needed more presence of her mother. It's a weird kind of energy. Okay. In the interview, she starts getting a bit more relaxed and moving a little bit more, you know. What can you tell me about Britney's mum, Lynn Spears, going back to as a part-time teacher? Is it true? What can you tell me, Spirit? Lynn Spears, the mother, having to go back to work. Is it true, having to go back to work? Is there anything, hidden tactics? What's the truth behind it? Alright, I'm going to see what I get, because there's a billion questions I'm asking one question now. There is a bit of financial struggle, okay, which is what is the message being put out there as well. Leo energy is present here. Who has Leo in their chart? But yeah, I get a yes. She is going back and doing teaching, substitute teaching or whatever. And it is showing a bit of a financial pinch. There is something about needing her inner strength, and I wonder what is going on behind the scenes. Maybe it's because of the father's illness. I'm not sure if the relationship with the father is going too well. Like there's some codependency here, there's some addiction, there's some attachment. And I think he's still trying to be this authoritative person, where she's trying to, you know, so what I get is he's like more the king of wands, and she's like this page of wands, you know, trying to do the best. But there is kind of a codependency, there is some kind of addiction. There is kind of a juggling of finances, time and priorities. But this energy could be like, because he's got a bit ill. Okay. So let's put it back. Let's ask about the father's energy. I wish nobody ill, because karma can just do what they have to do. Father's, Britney Spears' father's energy at the moment, please, Spirit. Yeah, he's not well. It's true. Yeah, he's not well. The card has come out that he's not well. The Four of Swords, King of Cups, his energy. The Eight of Swords as well. But then we've also got the Ten of Pentacles. Where is the home? It's also the finances. He's also feeling quite immobilized at the moment. I think he's starting to look back at maybe a bit of victimhood, because he's not very well. Father's energy, please. And reflecting on the family home. This is reflecting on the money, but this is reflecting on the family home. Maybe he's actually got it in his mind, you know, looking back. Like, is he realizing he's not very, he's physically not doing so well, but he's also mentally struggling a little bit with like victim mentality, and he's come up here in the reading. When I say victim mentality, I also hate it, because it's kind of like, in this card, it's like you're going through a really, really tough time. And because you're going through a really, really tough time, what a lot of tarot readers will tell you is you're playing victim mentality. But like, if you're going through really, really bad depression, you cannot see the light. So I understand how hard this card can be, but you can break away from whatever is holding you mentally captive. And I think there's a bit of worry here around finances, but I think he's also worried about the role he's played as a father in the family home. As the father, the role in the conservative, managing Britney's, you know, whatever, the conservative, her career and stuff like that. I'm going to ask, what's his energy towards Britney? Can I see, Spirit, father's energy towards Britney, please, right now? It's telling me to get out the Moon card out. So I'm just going to keep it in mind. King of Pentacles, the role he's played in the conservative, owning her money. Ace of Pentacles, very egotistic at the moment. Queen of Pentacles, the wife. And the Nine of Cups. You know, this guy, this smirk on this guy's face, I don't like. So his energy towards Britney is, it's actually not very loving. It's selfish. It's selfish. It's all about the money. It's all about him and possibly his emotional fulfillment. through money, and also there is a bit of thinking in terms of Lynn Spears as well, making sure she's got some money. But it is very selfish energy. Like the cards speak, it's very selfish energy. Looking at oneself. So I wonder, the Ten of Cups. The Ten of, and Spirit said to look at the Moon card as well. So the Moon card, something's hidden around his energy towards Britney Spears. I wonder if that's where it's going to shift to, looking at the Ten of Cups in terms of realizing further down the line, what have I done to my family or the family home? I think it's also that he can't see what is coming for him. That's what I'm getting from Spirit right now. He still sees the family home a success because of him, because the way he's managed stuff. And I would say probably I agree, because if he didn't take that conservatorship, his family might not have as much money, but I'm sure Britney would have liberated them. But he's broken his daughter down, hasn't he? It's like success and recognition of what he's actually done and achieved in terms of being that boss of the getting all the money through the conservatorship. It's like been a success. Let me just ask the question I want to ask. Does he regret what he's done to Britney? I think deep down, yes. But he's refusing to see it by blocking it out. And that's where I think, you know, the Ten of Cups, he's going to come to the realization of maybe what he's done. He's been very focused on himself, the money. But at the moment, he's trying to find that inner strength, where I think he's getting a bit haunted by what he's done mentally, that realization where we have the Ten of Cups, and it's taking inner strength to continue to see it how he's always seen it, like this. And I think, you know, the Ace of Wands, his energy, and that's because he's probably not very well at this moment in time. And there's more about this, but I'm just going to keep it in terms of he's not well. In terms of future prediction. Okay. Let's get Spirit. Can I have Britney's energy towards her father? Britney's energy towards her father right now, please, Spirit. That was the Ten of Cups and the Ace of Swords, but I'm trying to ask the question direct. Britney's energy towards her father right now, please, Spirit. She's been heartbroken. She finds it quite overburdensome in terms of what she's feeling, knowing he's not well, what he's put her through. And not only her, she recognises what all three of them have put her through, which has been a heavy burden on her, that she's always had to focus and tread carefully and work on everything in life, you know, to grow her money, but also after that, just, you know, waiting for things to be returned to her. At the moment, she's feeling a bit confused and delusional, and that's probably because everything's going on. But even when people treat you bad, if they're a family member or you're disconnected, there's still an energetic bond and you will still feel some hurt. So she needs to make sure she doesn't fall in that. She does have love for her father, but like I said, she feels heartbroken, bit of betrayal. She feels like it's been overwhelming. He took all her money. He left her out in the cold, lonely. She didn't have anyone around her to help her. And this was where there was hasty decisions made that she wasn't ready for, that he just took, that were quite harsh, all right, around family stability. I'm not pulling the card out. Just remember I said about his health and future, you'll understand. He lied, there was deceit there, he lied, there was hidden tactics, and we've got the Ten of Cups again. She recognises it's her family, but it's been very conflictive. There's been a lot of drama, arguments. It's not been a healthy relationship. Let's see Mother towards Britney. Mother towards Britney Spears. What's her name? Lynn Spears towards Britney Spears. Lynn Spears towards Britney Spears. Interesting energy I'm feeling in the cards. A kind of holding back energy, disconnected energy. Six of Cups, nostalgic, looking back at memories when she was younger. And then when she hit her early teens, there was still a happy family. But then this card wanted to come out in the last question I did, by the way, with the Ten of Cups. It's been coming out as the last card. That died, you know, the happy family died. There was a death to it. But looking back at when things were very progressive, when she first started her career, but then there was very rash, harsh decisions that came in. And there's the family home, which I don't think was totally always a happy family home. And there was a death towards that. That's her energy towards Britney Spears. I mean, I think there should be... It's more of a story as opposed to feelings. And I'm quite surprised because I feel like the father actually... You know, if we saw Jamie Lynn or Britney, they had like the Ace of Cups and stuff. But the mother is a bit disconnected. And this was coming up after, you know, in the last one where I said I'm not pulling that card out because I think it also relates to another thing. Yeah, everyone just doing their own hidden tactics, and she's turned her back. She's turned her back on, like, doing her own. I think this is like turning her back on Britney, but also turning her back on what everyone was doing and working on in a selfish, a very selfish, codependent, attachment, addictive way. Let's see what Britney to her mother. But as you can see, I don't think it's like once upon a time. I'm actually a bit surprised. Like, I know there was there, but like as a mother, surely, even if you're a selfish person and you've not stood up for your daughter, deep down, heartbroken that you have done this, but this is how it's all gone. Britney towards her mother. Britney towards her mother, please, Spirit. Britney towards her mother. Britney towards her mother, please, Spirit. Britney towards her mother, please, Spirit. She sees that her father was always wanting to be in the spotlight, be the one that was successful, taking all the success. She recognizes that. She's able to see that very clearly where she didn't in the past. She sees that the mother was just very selfish in terms of knowing that she would be self-secure in terms of, you know, money, finances, taken, looked after, even in terms of like getting, I don't know, physically looking good as well. Britney's energy here, where she's been feeling like it's just been an absolute burden. It's been, I've had all this responsibility and burden that I've been tied to. Again, not very great in terms of a mother and daughter energy. But she sees that, I think she sees her mother could have done. She's got a bit more patience. She knows she needs to stay grounded, but she does find it a very heavy burden, thinking of the mother. Okay. I don't think at the beginning, very beginning, she could see that the mother was selfish, knowing the father was very focused on him and the money and the success that he was enjoying. Confirmation, the King of Cups, I believe he's a Cancer. Let's see, I was going to ask one more. Was I going to ask Britney to her dad? I've done. Did I do Britney towards a sister? Britney towards Jamie. Britney towards Jamie, please, Spirit. Britney towards Jamie, please, Spirit. Jamie Lynn Spears, the sister. Britney towards Jamie Lynn Spears, the sister, please, Spirit. Jamie Lynn towards the sister, towards the sister, towards the sister. Okay. Okay. This is where the energy is heavy. She feels like she looked after herself. Jamie Lynn looked after herself. Britney feels like she could have done more. She left her out with no money. She left her alone, isolated. She does sometimes have sleepless nights over it. It's caused her a lot of anxiety and depression to know her sister was part of this. And it all caused a tower moment for Britney to see that there was hidden tactics by whatever was happening. And, you know, they were stealing from her. This has come up quite a bit in each of them, that were stealing from her, which we know. But yeah, that's Britney's energy towards Jamie Lynn. Let's pull two more cards. Spirits tell me two more cards. Britney towards Jamie Lynn, the sister. Britney towards Jamie Lynn, the sister. Yeah, she's wondering if they should start a new chapter. Like a totally fresh start. That's what Britney's thinking. She's wishing that could be the case. Obviously, at the back of her head is going to be all the lies and the deceits that was put in place. The communication around that. She's not sure that it can happen because it seems like it was an end of a chapter. And, you know, she's probably just had to move on, having the nostalgic memories of their childhood or whatever. Let's see the last one, Jamie Lynn towards Britney, because we were asking about her energy in terms of the conservativeship earlier. Could she have done more? Did she betray her? But let's see the energy right now. It's not many Ace of Cups, but we got some Ace of Cups at the beginning. Jamie Lynn towards Britney. Jamie Lynn, the sister, towards Britney, please, Spirit. You see how the cards and spirit messages are different when we got onto from the mother onto another energy. Mother is definitely holding back. Interesting. Jamie Lynn. She's seen that there's been a lot of drama, conflict in the family, okay? She has seen, like, obviously she's the younger one that has been maybe sometimes trying to offer a cup, but I don't think she's able to see clearly because of the father figure around. Confusion of choices of what to do, in terms of herself being the younger. This is when it seems to be when she was young, that she's younger than Britney, and then Britney, who is this person, who has only shown love towards her sister when she was younger, but there's been a lot of conflict and drama, and fights and stuff in terms of the family. And negative energy, codependency, attachments. Queen of Pentacles, Five of Swords, the ego, where she's felt tied as well. Weird energies for a family, but yeah, that's what we get, folks. So but then, you know, after what is done, you wouldn't expect anything. Getting called to look at the third card, Queen of Pentacles, all about holding the money. And the 7th, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7, 7 or 8, 7. Queen of Swords, King of Swords. Where the lawyer has managed to get her at least some of her money back in her hands. Well, that's what we have for today on Britney, and the energy. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please do like and subscribe, and I hope you're all well. Let me know if this was too long or you're fine, because you can stop and start. But at least you can sit and have a cuppa. If it's not a short one, let me know. And I hope you all have a lovely day wherever you are in the world. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please do like and subscribe. And I wish us all a peaceful, loving, blessed day. Take care and bye for now.